In this video, I'm going to analyze the physique of Saitama from One Punch Man. I'll give you the best calisthenics exercises to develop the muscles that are important for his physique, and then I'll give you a free program at the end that you can follow to achieve a physique similar to Saitama's. So let's get started with the analysis. In my opinion, I think this is pretty much like close to peak natural aesthetics. Definitely this physique is achievable naturally, like the size is not crazy, but it's really well proportioned. And even with calisthenics, you can get a physique pretty much like this. I have a lot of friends who do calisthenics and some of them basically look like this. So I think this is the best picture we have. First of all, you can see he has quite a small, narrow frame. Like his shoulders are not massively wide and he has quite a big head. So that kind of makes his body look quite small. But the proportions, the leanness, everything is really on point. He has not a huge chest, but it's definitely solid. Decent shoulders. He has pretty big upper arms. His forearms are okay as well. Great abs, obviously. And in terms of legs, they're not massive, but they're still really nicely developed. He has very good VMO muscle, especially. That's like the teardrop shape on the inside of his knee. His neck, though, is pretty small. His traps are pretty small. Calves aren't amazing. You can train calves if you want, but they're not going to be that important for this physique. And we don't see much of his back, but he has a nice little V-taper going on, so we can train lats to make the back wider and improve the V-taper. Here's another angle, mostly showing off like the leanness and the muscle definition. So he has really nice shoulders, upper arms, and his chest here, and his forearms look pretty good too. And then here he's holding this weight above his head. You can see again the strong legs, especially the quads. His arms are not huge, but definitely achievable naturally, even with calisthenics. And in this scene, he's like always smaller than all of the bodybuilders around him who are underestimating him because he looks like much smaller than them because his muscles aren't as big, but they're really well proportioned, I would say. I really like this picture showing off like the chest, his shoulders, the abs, and his biceps especially. And then this is like a new manga panel from fairly recently. And it looks to me like every muscle is bigger in this picture compared to before, but the proportions are still similar. So he has really good bicep insertions, you can see, nice big biceps, the abs are solid chest, but not like bulging out. Neck is still skinny and he has good shoulders. So I'm going to say the most important muscles are going to be the chest, shoulders, arms, especially the biceps, his abs, the quads, and the V-taper, so we want to train back. Overall, this is not about muscle size, but leanness and proportion. And I will just talk about Saitama's self-proclaimed training program, which is 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and 10k running every single day. If you're a complete beginner, this is going to be extremely effective for you, besides the 10k running, because that's too much for most people. But if you did 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and 100 squats every day as a beginner, you would make a lot of progress from that. But that leaves a lot of muscles underdeveloped. There's no back exercises, there's no arm exercises really. There's nothing for the hamstrings. So I'm going to give you now all of the best bodyweight exercises that you can do to develop the muscles that we just talked about. The chest, shoulders, arms, abs, quads, and back. And then I'll give you a program including all of these exercises, and you can just follow that and you're going to make progress towards this kind of Saitama level physique. So starting with the chest exercises, the basic push-ups and dips, and you can do variations on the push-up like close grip or incline, or you can add weight to make it harder. And dips are sometimes called the squat of the upper body because they're so good. They involve so many muscles and you have a massive range of motion. You can overload it using weight plates and a belt. Dips are an amazing exercise. Personally, I don't do them because they just hurt my shoulder too much. I guess I'm just not built for dips, but if you can do these, definitely do them. Next, for shoulders, especially front delts, we can do pike push-ups or handstand push-ups. Obviously, handstand push-ups are for more advanced people, but this kind of overhead pressing motion is going to really target the front delts. And then for arms, we can do pull-ups and chin-ups for the biceps, and then close grip push-ups and tricep dips for the triceps. Abs are pretty important, so we have lots of options for ab exercises. Obviously, you can do sit-ups, leg raises, hanging knee raises or hanging leg raises. Hollow body holds is another really good one. For quads, we can do basic squats, lunges, and split squats. With all of these exercises, any opportunity you can to add weight to them is going to make them much more effective. With just body weight, you're going to have to do either really high reps or harder variations to make it harder for yourself. And for the back, to get the V-taper, we can do inverted rows, pull-ups, and chin-ups. And then some less important muscle groups For the forearms, you can just do dead hangs or some kind of farmer walk. For the hamstrings, you can do Nordic curls, Bulgarian split squats, lunges, single leg deadlifts. For glutes, you can do lunges again, glute bridge, hip thrust, and for calves, you can do calf raises. So for the legs, lunges are going to be a really good overall leg builder. They target like your quads, hamstrings, and glutes all at the same time. One of my favorite leg exercises. Traps are not really important, but you can do handstands, handstand push-ups. They're going to require you to stabilize the upper back using your traps. And for the upper back, you can also do inverted rows. So now I'll cover the 3-day training program that I've written using only bodyweight exercises. Obviously you can add weight or use harder variations to make these more difficult. On day 1, we've got 5 sets of push-ups between 5 and 20 reps. So the idea here is you want to do 5 relatively challenging sets. If you're a beginner, that might be just 5 push-ups for you. So 5 sets of 5, that'll bring you to a total of 25 reps. If you're more advanced, then you could do something like 5 sets of 20 reps, and that will give you 100 total reps. So hopefully you understand the ranges that I've listed for all of these exercises is adaptable to you specifically based on your experience level. If you're more advanced, then go for the higher rep ranges. Like for chin-ups next, go for 5 sets of 10. That'll be 50 total reps. But if you've just started working out, then you could do 5 sets of 1 or 2 or, assisted chin-up reps, whichever is appropriate for your level. More important is going to be the number of sets that you do. And you just want each of those sets to be challenging, like close to failure. So after the push-ups and chin-ups, then we're going to do some legs with lunges, 5 sets of 20 in this case. If you have dumbbells, that's going to make these much more effective. And then close grip push-ups for the triceps. So by now, hopefully your arms have recovered from the first exercise, which was push-ups. And we're going to do now 3 sets of 5 to 20 reps, again, depending on your strength level. And then finishing with hollow body holds for the abs, 3 sets to failure, and then inverted rows for the back and the biceps, 3 sets to failure again. On day 2, we're hitting some shoulders with pike or handstand push-ups. Handstand push-ups are very advanced, so you could just do 3 sets of like 1. And the more advanced you are, the more reps you can do. If you can't do handstand push-ups, then just do pike push-ups or decline push-ups, which are going to target your front delts. Then doing inverted rows for the back, and then squats, 5 sets of 20. This might be too easy for you, so you could do something like pistol squats or Cossack squats, where most of the weight is on one leg. After that, you want to do bench dips for the triceps, and then finishing again with abs, doing sit-ups to failure. Again, you can hold a weight in front of you. That will make this much harder, doing weighted sit-ups. And then ending with dead hangs for your forearms and just to stretch out your lats. And on the last day, we're going to do dips if you can manage them. If not, then you can just do push-ups again. Ring push-ups, I find, are a really good substitute for dips. They're much harder than regular push-ups, and they give you a big range of motion like the dip does. So dip, that's for chest, shoulders and triceps, and then pull-ups for the back and biceps again. We're including both chin-ups and pull-ups in this program because you want to switch up the variations so you don't get overuse injuries from doing the same exact movement pattern over and over. You want to slightly switch up the joint angles, your hand positioning, that kind of thing. After that, we're doing lunges again. You could do something like Bulgarian split squats if you wanted to. Then we have close grip push-ups again for the triceps and the chest, and then finishing with hanging knee raises for the abs and inverted rows for the back. You should be able to do most of these workouts in under an hour. If you keep the rest time to around 1 or 2 minutes, you can superset some of these together. You could do like push-ups and chin-ups supersetted together, sit-ups and dead hangs supersetted together. If you're finding your workouts are too long, then supersetting is a really great way to cut the time down, keep the intensity up, and it's still going to be just as effective because you're basically resting antagonistic muscles. So if you do push-ups and then you immediately do pull-ups, while you're doing the pull-ups, you're basically resting your chest. And then once you've done that superset, then you have a proper rest of like 1 or 2 minutes to fully recover your whole body. If you've seen my video on Toji's physique and you're interested in the complete guide to achieving Toji Fushigaro's physique, including a physique analysis and weightlifting or calisthenics training programs tailored to suit your needs and efficiently maximize muscle growth, check out the link at the top of the description. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.